So we're in the Woking and Sam Beare Hospices home interior shop in Knaphill. And Faye, you took this cabinet?
Yeah, little bathroom cupboard.
Look at that.
Nice little cupboard.
Yeah.
Painted with a mix of Annie Sloan paint, decoupage panel inside with a little piece of old wallpaper.
Oh, right, so you even did that bit. I thought that was there already.
No, we put the wallpaper on, given it light sand to distress it, show 2 or 3 colours.
It's fantastic.
It's new.
And this shop is incredible, isn't it? I mean, if you're somebody who wants to recycle stuff and revamp stuff, this is definitely the place to come, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's a real gold mine. Stuff varies from day to day. You never really know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
You come in one day and you haven't got enough room in your car for all the bits and bobs. As long as you can see past the colour that things are now, so that dark wood piece of furniture, doesn't matter. You can transform that to be any colour you want it to be.
Wow, fantastic. Well, we're going to have a little look around now and see if we can grab something to take back to the shop.
Yeah, there's some great pieces here today.
And watch you paint it.
Yeah, some fab pieces.
Fantastic. Right, so we're in the back of the store now, and we're going to pick some items. You've got your eye on a couple of things here.
Yeah.
You've spotted this phenomenal little table, which you want for your own shop, so you're going to nick that for yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, that'd be great for the shop to display.
Yeah, and you're going to paint that up, and we'll show that at a later date. But you've also got your eye on these drawers here, and the idea is that we're going to take that back to the shop now, paint it, but leave one drawer unpainted, so that we can bring it back and it's a display piece that people can see.
People can see the transformation. That's right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now Faye's just spotted this bureau here, this incredible bureau, and look at the price.
£60.
60.
What's a bargain?
Now you had an idea for this. What would you do with it?
Bargain. We'd paint the outside in a neutral colour.
Yeah.
You'd probably go inside the top there, and then inside here with something like Emperor Silk, which is a fantastic scarlet or Napoleonic blue. So the outside's really sensible, but when you open it, copper colour, it's like opening a present every time you come and sit at your desk to do some work.
Fantastic. And for that price,
look at that. What a beautiful
look
piece
at
of
it,
furniture.
60 quid. I think they're undercharging for that, if you
It's
ask
a
me.
bargain, isn't it? Look at the feet on it, the detail on that, paint, a little bit of distressing, fantastic. What a bargain for somebody if you've got the space.
Yeah, brilliant.
£10, bargain, fabulous solid piece of furniture.
Yeah,
£10.
and it's going to look amazing when you finish with it. So let's crack on.
The agony of choice now, colour-wise. We've got the ever-popular duck egg. Very pretty.
So I really like that duck egg colour. It's really cool.
Goes with everything.
Yeah.
Very pretty Louis blue. Reminiscent of Parma violets, those lovely sweets we loved in our lucky bags when we were kids. And lovely Paloma, which is a grey but with a slightly pinky heathery tint to it. And I think all of those will suit the piece.
You've got way more taste than me, Faye. So which ones do you reckon?
I think we'll go duck egg because it's a more popular colour.
Right. Okay. And the idea of this is that this is a showpiece for the Woking Hospice shop in Knaphill. So we want it to look as good as it possibly can. So it's probably best that you go with a popular colour, eh?
Yeah, the duck egg's always popular. As you mentioned earlier, we're going to leave one drawer unpainted so that people can see what it looked like before. Yeah. Just to give people more of an idea of the transformation that's possible with just a tin of chalk paint. The Annie Sloan chalk paint's fantastic for revamping furniture like this. Fantastic, solid piece of furniture. Just the colour's not fashionable at the moment, so we're going to give it a new lease of life, bless it.
Yeah, I mean, they have quite a lot of this dark wood stuff in the shop.
That's right. Difficult to shift, that people find it too heavy these days, but it's fantastic solid wood, made well, it's sound furniture, just the wrong colour.
Yeah, and that's why Annie Sloan chalk paint is perfect for this.
Absolutely. No prep, so all you've got to do is wash this over to make sure it's clean, no grease on it. And that's it. 1 or 2 coats of paint, a coat of wax, ready to rock and roll.
So you don't have to prime it?
No priming, no sanding.
Fantastic.
As long as it's sound, the Annie Sloan chalk paint will stick to anything.
Fantastic. Now you've just cleaned that down.
Yeah, just wipe over sugar soap if you've got sugar soap. If not, wash that liquid and warm water just to make sure it's clean. No grease, nothing sticky, and then that's it. We're ready to rock and roll.
So it's going on now.
We're off.
Look at that. It just goes on so easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's a dream. It's like putting on double cream. Coverage is fantastic, as you can see. Just nice. Any which way. You don't have to be careful with the paint. In fact, the more haphazard you are, the more texture it gives to the finished piece.
And that's one of the charms of this paint, is that the rusticness of it.
That's right.
Actually is the appeal, isn't it?
Yeah, it stops things looking too new. It all gives things a slightly aged look. If you did want a more smooth, modern finish, that's achievable too. It's not just a shabby chic paint.
Right.
If you wanted this to look pristine, you can thin the paint slightly, apply 2 thinner coats rather than 1 thick one, and you end up with a much smoother, more modern finish.
Those paint brushes are really cool, aren't they? I mean,
yeah,
they're really
fantastic.
Into all the little nooks and crannies there.
They're really robust, they're domed, they hold so much more paint than a normal normal flat brush, and the bristles have split ends,
right.
And they stay split throughout their life, and it adds more texture to the paint, so you get an even better finish because of the way the brushes are made.
And they clean well, so they last long, yeah?
Everything washes in warm water and washing up liquid, even the wax that we're going to use after this. Washing up liquid, warm water, clean as a whistle. Super easy. And
you stock all these products at Inside Chobham?
Yeah, that's right. We endeavour to keep all of the colours in stock, tester pots and the 1 litre tins. We endeavour to have those all the time. We've also got all of the brushes. There are 3 sizes of the round brush, 2 different wax brushes and 2 flat brushes if you're wanting a smoother modern finish. And we've got all of those here.
You make it look easy, but that's because it is easy, isn't it?
It is easy, yeah. All you've got to do, brush in the paint onto your piece and any which way. We're all taught to be methodical, where we should paint slowly like this, methodical painting. The more haphazard you are, the more random with your brush strokes, the better the finished look of the paint. It adds so much more texture to it. Super, super quick. You could do it blindfold and the piece would still look fantastic.
Now, time-wise, I mean, you've nearly completed this coat. And what, 8 minutes?
Yeah,
10 minutes
possibly.
max?
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes. I've just got to do the back. If it's something that's going against the wall, you don't always have to do a complete coverage coat on the back. You can always do a little bit of a wash. So literally, tip your brush in some water with the bit of paint that's left on it, and you could wash over the back with that just to give a nice even coverage. So if anyone does look at the back of it, it doesn't look like you've been too lazy.
Ah, right. So do you paint all of the side of the inside bit there, so to speak?
No, generally we say that you should leave wiggle room. This draw's particularly tight fitting, so as you can see it just catches on that one.
Yeah.
If your drawers are tight here, you don't need to paint the whole thing, as long as you've covered the bit that's likely to show if there's a bit of discrepancy when the drawer shuts. That's all you need to do. It's quite nice for a bit of fun to paint inside the drawers, to use in a completely different colour, which again, it's like opening a present when you open up the drawers and see a pretty colour inside. But not necessary, but a bit of fun to do.
Right, so you finished that now, and you've even painted the silver handles, which is really cool. I was wondering what you were going to do there. So what, will that paint come off on your hands though while you...
Once it's waxed, that's sound. We'll probably sand back a little bit so you can see a bit of the silver. You could mask those off and paint, or you can paint over them and just wipe the paint off afterwards. It comes off really easily. And as you can see, we've used about a tablespoon of paint.
Hardly any paint, and you painted the whole of this thing in a little over 10 minutes.
Yeah. We just need to wait for the paint to dry, then we add a coat of clear wax, which soaks into the paint and seals the paint, so that's what gives the wear layer. Then we might just do a little bit of detailing with some dark wax to give it a slightly aged look.
Right, fantastic. Right, so it's dry now.
Yep, pretty much.
So what are we going to do now?
Now we're going to apply a coat of clear wax, which will soak into the paint surface, and that's what protects the paint and gives a wear layer to the paint.
It almost seals it, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. It soaks into the paint and seals it, gives it a nice smooth surface.
Okay.
Very, very easy to apply. It's a consistency of margarine.
Right.
And completely clear. Apply it with a brush. Takes up to 21 days for the wax to cure completely, but it's usable straight after. Okay. So we can have this piece finished completely within the hour.
Okay, great.
And as you can see, the minute it touches the paint, you can see where it's been, so it's very, very easy to control.
Yeah. And you're trying to get it right in the grain, yeah?
Yeah, well, it'll highlight the texture in the paint itself. So once we've applied a fairly even coat, we just go around with a cloth to wipe off the excess. Normally we'd leave that overnight to soak in.
Right.
Next morning, you just get yourself a cloth and give it a wipe over. If you want a sheen on it, if you buff it, it'll make the wax shiny. If you like it matte, you leave it alone and you've got a matte finish to your paint.
What would you buff it with?
Just a soft cloth, a lint-free cloth. You can use an old t-shirt, an old white t-shirt, but a lint-free cloth. So again, no, you don't need to buy half a dozen different paints to get a matte finish, a gloss finish, a satin finish. Just this one paint with the wax will do everything.
So while this Annie Sloan chalk paint and these products are very fashionable at the moment, actually it's been going for 25 years. There's going to be an event very soon, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right. 25th birthday of the paint this year, and stockists across the world, so all of the countries that stock the paint are going to be hosting a late night event on Friday the 19th of June this year.
And I take it you're going to be doing the same?
We will be doing the same, so watch this space.
Yeah, I mean, you did one of those Annie Sloan late events last year, and it was a huge success, wasn't it?
That's right, it was really, really good. Paint demos, we had a cake sale, raising funds again, so raising money for charity, but really good fun.
Yeah, it was good fun. Right, so you're just wiping off the excess now. Yeah,
just getting rid of any little blobs like this, so just wiping off the excess. Then normally you just leave that overnight to settle.
Okay. Right, so you're going to put some dark wax on now.
Yeah, we're just going to give a little bit of an aged look to it. You could do that by sanding, but we're going to do it by using the dark wax. So this will just accentuate some of the detail. You can see how dark it is. As long as we've clear waxed first, we can remove 90% of the dark wax. So if you put too much on, it's very easy to manipulate because you've put the clear wax underneath.
Okay. Ah, see, I can see how you get that kind of...
So it just gives it an aged look.
Yeah.
Sticks in the nooks and crannies and just takes the edge off the colour a little bit. You can leave it as it is if you like the colour, but this just adds a nice little bit of detail. And if you've got a piece with a lot more carving, it's really nice for highlighting the detail on the carving. Don't have to put it all over, just on the areas where perhaps it'd get dirty from finger marks, people touching it over the years, or where the dust would naturally collect.
Right, it's finished.
Absolutely, finished.
It's finished. It looks incredible. Now we're going to put this drawer back in, and for those that might be thinking, what's going on here? She's not painted that drawer. That's because it's a display piece, and it's going to be at the Woking Hospice shop, and so people can see what it looks like before it's actually been painted, and then what it looks like after. And it really does look incredible. That wax, that dark wax on the edges, just looks incredible. Well done, Faye. Okay, so we're back at the Woking Hospice store here in Knaphill, and the drawer unit that you've painted has taken pride of place right at the front of the store with this really cool display as well, with all your stuff on it. Doesn't it look great?
It does. Looks like they've done a fantastic job. We've got a coal scuttley type box here that we've painted part of, but left the end panel copper so as people can see that brass colour that it was before.
Yeah.
So we've painted that even though it's metal, but just to give people an idea again. The little decoupage cupboard that we bought in this morning.
Yeah, beautiful.
And a few other colours.
Yeah, and I think the plan is as well, aren't you going to do something with this unit?
Yeah, we thought we could sort of shade the shelves, or just to give an indication of colour shading, perhaps mix some, or do each shelf in a different colour, and just paint this up for them. Excellent.
So if you're watching this, come along to the Woking Hospice Interior home shop in Knaphill, and bag yourself a bargain. There's lots of them in here, and you can use these paint pots here to choose the colour of the paint, which is available at Inside Chobham. There's also some colour charts as well.
So colour charts here to help people make a choice. You can take these away with you, give a donation to the hospice, and then you can take these with you.
Yeah, well,
but all
do you know
of these colours are kept in stock at the
what
shop.
What they're charging for one of these?
I think these are £2 donation to the hospice charity.
Right, and what a fantastic cause as well.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
I know you're delighted to support the hospice.
Saving all this furniture from landfill. You know, it's good, strong furniture. It doesn't deserve to go to a dump.
No.
It should be in people's homes.
Absolutely.
A coat of paint and a bit of love.
And you've shown how easy it is to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Thanks, Faye.
While we were in the shop, Faye saw that and thought she's got to have it for the Inside Chobham. So I think you're going to be painting that pretty soon.
Paint that up, maybe a bit of gold leaf.
Yeah.
Fantastic window display
It'll
item
look great,
for us.
won't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant, well done.
A good day's work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, great.